James Comer addresses the abuse allegations made against him.
Summertime in all its glory coming early this year. We're talking about temperatures that may approach the upper 80s in some cases the next few days.
Also, Lexington police make another arrest in the city's latest murder. Who's now charged with killing a pizza delivery driver?
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Jennifer Palumbo. Our summer-like weather continues in the bluegrass. This is not what we're used to in early May. You're looking live at the Morehead State University campus where it's 82 degrees right now. And temperatures could go even higher this week. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey is tracking them in the First Alert Weather Center. Chris?
Yeah, absolutely. Summertime and showing up across the entire region. You know, Jennifer, it's not just across Kentucky. Really, most of the eastern half of the country getting in on the very warm conditions over the next several days. Now we're starting to see a little increase in humidity out there as well. So believe it or not, the muggy factor is going to come into play. Right now in Lexington, absolutely gorgeous. Temperature at 82 degrees. Humidity not too bad right now, 38%. That will rise, though, in the coming days. Winds are out of the west at around 6 miles per hour. Temperatures across the entire region, mainly into the low 80s. A couple of holdouts into the upper 70s, showing up from Jackson into Danville. 80 right now into the Frankfort area. 81 for Richmond. 82 into Mount Sterling and Lexington. Live First Alert Defender with the temperatures and the clouds into the mix. So if you have a little pocket of some clouds over top of you, your temperatures are a few degrees cooler than folks getting in on some sunshine. But even with the clouds that are going up, can't find anything in terms of precipitation across the Commonwealth of Kentucky. We will continue to be in this same old pattern as we go through the evening. So it's a good one out there as temperatures drop through the upper 70s and we'll wind up into the upper 60s by 11. Jennifer, when I come back in a few minutes, focus of the forecast will be on muggy air joining the summer party and the chances for storms increasing. We'll talk about it all in 15 minutes.
Thank you, Chris. A candidate for governor is fighting back against allegations of abuse. Agriculture Commissioner James Comer had a news conference this afternoon to respond to allegations he physically abused a former college girlfriend. WKYT's Sam Smith is tracking the developments in our top story at 4.
James Comer held a press conference here at the Hilton in downtown Lexington, and during that press conference, he made it clear that all of these allegations are false. The Courier-Journal posted an article about a woman that dated Comer when they were in college. Marilyn Thomas told the paper that he was physically and mentally abusive to her while they were dating over the course of a 2-year period. Thomas also told the paper that Comer became enraged in 1991 following a trip to an abortion clinic in Louisville. She says he learned that she used his real name on a form proving he gave her a ride home. Comer spoke out against all of those allegations with his wife by his side.
Marilyn Thomas and I mutually ended our relationship in the early 1990s. I flatly deny the allegations that we had an abusive relationship. Those allegations are untrue. I did not drive Marilyn to a medical clinic. I flatly deny that accusation.
Comer also mentioned that he could take legal action against the newspaper and Thomas. In Lexington, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Thomas has supported Republican candidate for Governor Hal Heiner on social media and has donated money to his campaign. Lexington police have made a second arrest in the murder of a pizza delivery driver. Cameron R. McClellan has been charged with murder and first-degree robbery in the stabbing death of Salahuddin Jitmood. He was delivering a pizza on April 19th when he was found stabbed on Trent Circle. He later died from his wounds. Antonio Lewis is also charged with murder and robbery. We'll have an update on this investigation coming up at 5. We're working on other stories for WKYT starting at 4:30. Sam Dick is in the newsroom with a look at some of the news in progress. Good afternoon, Sam.
Good afternoon, Jennifer. An eastern Kentucky man is recovering after he was shot by state police. It happened last night off of Kentucky 715 in the Pine Ridge area of Wolfe County. When state police arrived at Matthew Preston's home, he refused to drop his weapon, and they say they then fired several shots at the troopers, who returned fire, hitting Preston. After recovering in the hospital, Preston was then taken to jail.
Just kept trying to talk to him, being nice, and hey, bud, we're not here to hurt you. And then he yelled out, he's like, let's see how gunshot you are. And then there's 3 or 4 more rounds fired. And
president is now charged with 2 counts of attempted murder of a police officer. It's a big day for Catholics across central and eastern Kentucky. A new bishop was ordained this afternoon at Christ the King in Lexington. Father John Stowe is the 3rd bishop of the Lexington Diocese, which makes up about 50 counties. Coming up on WKYT News at 6, we will take you to the ceremony. And that's a look at some of the news in progress. Jennifer, back to you.
Thanks, Sam. Now to stories making headlines across the nation at 4. ISIS now says it carried out an attack in Garland, Texas. 2 men were shot and killed by a traffic officer as they tried to shoot up a cartoon contest depicting the Prophet Muhammad. Ryan Nobles has more on the possible link to the terrorist group.
Not long before Elton Simpson and his roommate Nadir Sufi attacked a cartoon contest in Texas, Simpson pledged his allegiance to terror leaders in an ominous tweet. Today, this from ISIS itself. In a radio broadcast, an ISIS announcer called the 2 men brothers and warned of more attacks to come.
I don't know that you can say that ISIS said go to Garland, Texas and attack that location and that activity, but they're certainly part of the psychological approach of this that causes people to be radicalized.
ISIS offered no proof that it was directly involved in the attack. But it was clear from his social media post that Simpson was at least inspired by the group. His former attorney called him a devout Muslim, but far from a radical.
I didn't observe anything that had anything to do with any radicalization or any odd tendencies towards his faith.
Meanwhile, the group that held the cartoon contest said it is prepared to do something like that again.
We're going to continue to do that. We don't want any violence. We are not the ones who are committing the violence. We are not inciting the violence.
And even though the attackers did not kill anyone, terror analysts say it could lead to future strikes.
This is going to lead other people to say, wow, I'm embarrassed that I haven't done anything like this.
In Washington, I'm Ryan Nobles reporting.
The White House calls Sunday's shooting an attempted terrorist act, saying it's too early to determine if the attackers had ties to ISIS or other terrorist organizations. Former Secretary of State and Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Rodham Clinton has agreed to testify on Capitol Hill later this month. Her lawyer says she'll go before a special panel investigating the September 2012 attacks in Benghazi, Libya, that killed 4 Americans. And she'll also discuss her email practices. Clinton's attorney says she will answer all questions in one session. He won 8 Republican primaries in 2008, and former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee hopes he can do better in 2016. Today, in his hometown of Hope, Arkansas, Huckabee launched another bid for the GOP presidential nomination. He's reaching out to working-class cultural conservatives as he promotes his conservative views on social issues such as abortion and gay marriage.